just out of that spawn point, since it's so close, you can start sending cavalry and other units directly out and straight down that long run past home point. In this, you don't really have that option. You really have to sort of rotate between those points and keep your units and players alive. If you can basically break the defense or attack at any point, it's sort of done for good. It is interesting that on the other 3 points on this map, there's really not a great place to defend on any of them. A, somewhat, but of course you can just capture B and bypass straight to C.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how all of it plays out. In the end, we haven't seen this map quite a lot. This was Seabee Liga Polska, for those who don't know it. It's all on YouTube as well. Really good games. Slavs and Krypta, two teams that you may know from Seabee Rifles, have been playing in that as well. Actually, Slavs doing really well. They are, I think, back-to-back champions basically in that league right now. But also some other really good teams are contesting. So those are that is the map basically, but let's go to the teams because we got some banger matches coming up today. I think some teams that we've all been looking forward to seeing more of. So let's get the standings right here, and I gotta make sure it's on the screen. There we go. So this was the group stage. Top 3 from both groups actually went to there you go. Yeah, my mic was muted for some reason just now, boys, so I just fixed it. So top 3 from the group stage went through. So Ale Mimami being first place, waiting for in the semifinals. We'll see that later. Love and Devotion playing first as the second place from Group A, playing as third place from Group B, being Pally Old School. And then we have N Gegner from Group B, second place, playing against Chocolate Goblin at in like 1.5 hours from now, probably. We expect to be playing that match by then. But more about those two teams later. So first up is Love and Devotion against Paella Old School. Paella Old School, the Spanish team, Love and Devotion, a team mainly from EU2. And these two teams have actually been progressing a lot throughout the season. Love and Devotion has been here since season 0 for Seabee Rivals, and Paella Old School joined last season in the play-in division, did really well there. But really, I think, improved this season more than I at least expected. But a lot of veteran players in both teams, so it's going to be a really interesting match to see. And the winner of this match will play either Gum Faction or Ali Merby, depending on which group they are coming from. What do you expect from these two teams, Saki? Anything that you remember from any of the matches that we may have seen?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard both of their names quite a bit. Overall, Love and Devotion, I think I've probably heard more and more about as time has gone on. And I think just overall, I've seen them improve the most over this season. As much as Pele Old School is a new team themselves, Love and Devotion has really shown their stuff over this last little bit. And I'm really excited to see how they perform today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. We've been here, at least I've been hearing really good
hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. People are saying in chat, oh, okay, never mind. You fixed it.
Yeah,
they said they couldn't hear you.
Should be fixed at least. Yeah. At least my OBS is showing that the voice is fixed, so I hope it is. If it isn't, then it's OBS. So we'll have to wait a few minutes. Again, we're on a 4-minute delay, so I hope you only missed the first couple of minutes, so we'll see. Alright, teams are getting into the lobby as well. We will be waiting at least 4 more minutes before we start the matches, of course. I can see that it is Love and Devotion in here first, so they got the attendance victory right there. All the casters, of course, also joining in. Torko, Arkanapi, Anjax, and Machin will be casting for the French Seabee Rival stream, and then we will hopefully have also another Turkish stream with Skybull and probably Gladsheimer joining in. Depending on the internet though, because there has been an explosion in Istanbul and that has caused the government over there to shut down the internet for a bit, so they will have to wait and see how well that goes. Hopefully all goes well. Yeah, nothing we can do about that, unfortunately.
Well, we wish them the best for the
Yeah.
for certain here.
Exactly.
But I mean, why don't you tell me about the bands here a little bit
Hmm.
on the units?
Yep, yeah, good call there. So let's go to the bands, because the bands are a bit different than from what you're used to, guys. Normally we have 2 bands for a match and it's a best of 2, but today we have a best of 3. And also the teams were allowed to ban 1 unit for each game separately. So first game we will be seeing Love and Devotion attack against Bally Old School defending. Love and Devotion banned Falconetti Gunners on the attack, and Bally Old School banned Stephen Narioi on the defense. In game 2 we will be seeing Love and Devotion on defense. They have banned Falconetti again, and Bally Old School banning Forte Borracho for their attack game. If there is a tie after both games, then we will be going to request on tiebreaker to different bans. We'll go over those when they happen, but for now let's focus on these bans. So Falconetti and Flamers will be banned in our first game. Love and Devotion attacking. What kind of units are we expecting in a sec?
Overall, with Forte Braccio, you said in the first game was Forte Braccio, and, sorry, Siphonari and Falconetti banned.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So first game is Falconetti and Sifonario. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely on defense. I'm expecting a lot of Forte Braccio on defense. They've been performing extremely well across the board. You're gonna obviously see some shields, maybe to do a little body blocking to defend them.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how much they decide to utilize that. Otherwise, I'm sure VG and Shield Banes will still be used. As we've seen in previous weeks, it'll be interesting to see how they use their cav plays and where they decide to use them as well, especially on Turlvaros. And the interesting reprise of Iron Reapers coming back. That'll be interesting to see where they decide to use those and in what situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Iron Reapers, for those who don't know this, have actually gained a little buff. Their flail can apparently kill even the Varangians right now. So I'll show you how that works, because Super Kutuich, one of the guys I'm working with a lot to get you all of the database stats after the season. Also, at the end of the day, the Hall of Fame will be updated. So all the players that have been getting top 3 in like most unit kills, most hero kills, all that kind of stuff will be posted into the Hall of Fame, and the top 3 will also, from the Field Division, will be receiving a player award as well, so that will be very cool at the end of today. But let's go to this video quickly from Super Keto Witch, and this is very interesting to me, I think. So basically, apparently, they need to be spread out formation and then charge in with the flail. That's really important. Swords don't do work that well, and that's the way that they can actually win against Varangian. Even against shield maidens they can do quite well. Of course, if you kill a hero like there, it's quite easy. If they are like really close together though, then they do lose against the Varangian. So the Varangian just being better at like close quarters, really close together. But if there's like more widespread formations, then the Reapers do really well in those fights. So that'll be interesting to watch and follow if teams play with this unit.
Definitely be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to the match. It should be coming up soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do hope so. I'm gonna check and see how the teams are doing.
I have gotten in, by the way.
Ah, nice. Alright. I'll DM the team captains and see how far in they are. If you got any questions, guys, post them in chat. We'll see if you can answer them. Of course, it's 4-minute delay, so we may be a bit late, but it should be good at one point. Let's see. You can join the lobby as well. Do you have to pass Saki?
Yeah, I'm in.
Alright.
I'm currently on the defenders, which is I don't think where I should be.
Oh, you can try, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I've sent him a message, so he should be switching you around.
Perfect.
Alright, let's go to the lobby and show you what's going on here. There we go, boys. I see that we need to change the names though. So, Love and Devotion on the left, they are all ready. And then we have Paelia on the right. they're still getting ready and loaded. So we'll be
A
checking.
lot of step bros with the old school.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's something that's been annoying for the databases because their name is so long. We can only see step pros in their name at the post battle analysis and stuff. But well,
Very fun.
yeah, that's very fun. Oh, just means that step pros have probably the most kills, I guess, at the end of the season. But we just
Dude,
don't
I
know who
mean,
it is. Yeah.
as it should be. Step bros should have the
Exactly.
most kills. They're no, okay. Kicked fatal kept saying can't hear. But I think it's good now. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. Got confirmation from Pine as well, so we'll be fine. Alright, looks like some...
Oh, that's a solid confirmation right there then.
Exactly. Can't get any
I don't
better.
need to question it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm really excited for this. So as you can see, Fognet and Sifenario are allowed. Liaos will also be allowed to be... Or Fognet and Sifenario being the bans, of course. Liaos are allowed this time, but we've seen Forte Braccio and also especially with the new Doctrine can do really well with those units. So we'll have to wait and see how teams play around it. If they still want to play a lot of PCAF, but not banning it really does show that teams feel they're comfortable either playing it or just play around it. So very curious to see that. We'll just have to see what they do. I'm really looking forward to seeing if the teams can actually like defend the A point a little bit and the breach. Maybe not for like until the end, but at least try to win a fight there. Get yourself a better position defending the final point.
Yeah, you definitely want to take those efficient trades on the early fights and save as much as you can for that home point when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to lose a lot early on for either team, that is.
Exactly. All right, I'll just quickly go back to the studio here until we get ready with all the guys in there. All right. So something else about the map, of course. This is one of the only maps I think that has war rockets in it as well. I hope some of you have played the map. I always like running to the war rockets. Make sure to shoot those. Just such a fun piece of artillery. Alright, still waiting for one more player. We'll wait until they're here. Gives me time to actually go over some of the stats that we collected from the Rustic division as well. Let me just get it right here. There we go.
Oh, check who it is. It's CBTO organizer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, he's gone now.
Crazy stuff. Alright. Yeah, so here we go. Most unit kills there. Sobek from Endgegner basically on almost all stats doing really well. They're just stomping it on most of the stats, so that's been really fun to see. But also we can see Pally Old School and Love and Devotion also being in the top stats. Funnily enough, the teams that are in the semifinals, Aline Mermi and Gletsheimer as team with Gun Faction, not always at the highest like leaderboard scores. So for some reason, despite them doing really well in the matches, their team performance is apparently more important than the individual performance of some members.
As it should be, almost.
Exactly.